Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gachis Command TV, the Tourist Man Black Africa. Raila Amor Odinga wants the parties, that is Azimio and Kenya Kwanza, to nominate the Iebc chairman, commissioners, and even overhaul the secretariat. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask by asking you one question. Do you think if Iebc, which is actually not fully constituted as we talk, if we continue with the panel that is interviewing the candidates, do you think they can hold free, fair, verifiable elections? If there is a snap general election, do you think Iebc can conduct that election that we have always talked about? Because if you, this is where Raila Amor Odinga seems to getting it wrong. Because how he agreed to go to the elections of 2022 with Wafula Chebukati, who had actually preceded a disputed election that was even nullified by the Supreme Court, is something I've never understood even today. Because according to Azimio, the referee was biased. According to Azimio, there's no way Raila could have actually gotten a fair hearing. There's no way Iebc could have actually conducted a fair election with Wafula Chebukati as a chairman. Maybe what he could have done is to ensure, because you see, power is grabbed. The only way that Raila could have grabbed power is to ensure that Cherera and the other 4 commissioners were the leaders. That is the only way they could have won the election. There is no way that Azimio could have won the election with Wafula Chebukati as the chairman. But if Madam Cherera was the chairperson, I can tell you today Raila Amor Odinga would be the president. I can tell you that were it not for Wafula Chebukati, Raila Amor Odinga would have been declared the president of the Republic of Kenya. I think Raila seems to have learned the lesson. I think the lesson was bitter. The lesson was painful. The lesson was an eye-opener. That until and unless political parties have a hand in the appointment of Iebc chairman and even the commissioners, and even have a way of maybe reshuffling or reconstituting the secretariat, there is no way we can have free election in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at Kenya, remember in 1997, we had what we called it was called Inter-Party Parliamentary IPPG group, something like that, whereby members of different political parties came together and appointed the commission, and they conducted good elections, and that was 1997 and 2002. That is why, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, 2002 elections were praised all over the world, because the body that conducted the elections was actually beyond reproach. And by the way, even in 1997, if opposition was united like the way they were united this time round, Moi could have gone home in the morning. That is the truth of the matter. Even though there could have been rigging, maybe something of minimal proportion. But come 2007, when is it Isaac Hassan who came and things hell broke loose, Raila Amor Odinga was rigged. And since then, we have never had an electoral body that we can talk about as beyond reproach. In 1997 and 2002, that is the only time that we had a commission that knew what was supposed to be done, that knew what was supposed to be done. And it was a fair election, if you ask me. But now, when you come to 2007, I've said, all the way to 2013, 2017, 2022, Raila Amolo Odinga had never bothered to look at this body. In fact, you remember very well that when Maraga nullified the elections, Raila refused the repeat poll because he said, after all, we are going back to the elections. And the same people, the same team, the same referee was there. So unless this was changed, there was no way that we could get different results. Because a mad person is one who expects different results by doing the same thing in the same style all the time, day in, day out. So unless things are done differently, expect similar results. So this time round, I think it is important we listen to Raila Amolo Odinga. And according to the law, a panel shall be constituted to interview candidates who will then be appointed. But what we have here now, if the national dialogue accepts this idea, because I believe this idea should be taken to the national dialogue, then the country is going to benefit. How is the country going to benefit? It is going to benefit in the following way. Before I explain how the country is going to benefit, if Iebc or Raila Amolo Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and others, including William Samoei Ruto, agree to nominate the referee, kindly like this video at this juncture and subscribe if you have never. The first way is that we are going to have acceptable results, because if Raila Amolo Odinga is allowed to nominate the referee, if Kalonzo Musyoka is allowed to nominate the referee, if William Samoei Ruto is allowed to nominate the referee, then how are they going to reject the results? How? It will be difficult, it will be unconvincing even to go to the Supreme Court, considering that you are the one who appointed the ref. The second thing is that this body, or even our electoral system, are going to have, people are going to trust the results, because perception is very, very important. When I looked at Wafula Chebukati from the beginning, I could see, I know something was telling me that this man cannot be fair to Raila Amolo Odinga. Something was telling me that this man cannot be fair to Azimio. When I looked at the process, and you know the process is as good as the results, I knew something was not going on well. Remember even how he switched off the live coverage of the results. And then this happened after Raila Amolo Odinga was crossing the gap. You remember those things. And this one was telling you something. Remember even the issue of Sakaja, the way the nomination were clogged with the drama and what have you about the certificates. I knew, and I looked at it and I saw that this man cannot be fair to Azimio and Raila Amolo Odinga and Karua and Uhuru and the team. So if we have now a body that win the perception of Kenyans, then it will be good for the country. It will be good for even Iebc itself. Again, you know, it has always been thought that the government has always rigged the elections. So if Raila Amolo Odinga, Azimio, and UDA are allowed to nominate the ref, you agree with me, the government will come out clean. And the government that will win the election, the party that will win the election, is going to have the support of all Kenyans. I can tell you, even the results, even the president will be proud. The person, the candidate who will win that election will be very, very proud. And will have the mandate of Kenyans. And that mandate will not be disputed by anybody. The legitimacy cannot be disputed by anybody. Again, when you look at the secretariat led by Hussein Majan has always come under focus. If it is reconstituted and Kenyans are allowed maybe to give their views about that secretariat, who are we to dispute the outcome of the elections? So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think Raila Amolo Odinga is doing the right thing? Please let us interact through the comment section. Write yes or no, or maybe you can add something. And remember to take care, because what we are doing in this channel is to give the facts as they are. Just leave your comments. Feel free to interact, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.